Yeah, very good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to the another edition of my morning mantras. Yeah, it's a beautiful weather out there. The transition between winter and summer, so it's neither too hot nor too cold, and there's no pollution really. But it just got me reflecting, that the beautiful transition only comes if it is preceded by a change, right? So to enjoy the beauty of transition, you have to perhaps go through the pain of change, right? But hey, today I wanted to share some learnings from my book Accelerated Digital Transformation with all of you. Right. One of the things was, as I was, came to the last few chapters of the book, I was thinking of how should I conclude Accelerated Digital Transformation. And whenever I have this, confusion in my mind, I normally rely on the younger generation to unconfuse me, right? If there's a word like that. So yeah, I solicited the help of my two kids, and in this case, and if you remember, I did a bit of a mantra on reverse mentoring. I think it's a real powerful tool for executives, to seek help from these fresh minds. So yeah, I sought the help of my children, and in this case, my daughter kind of told me, why don't you put up a conclusion as hacks? So I said, what exactly do you mean? So she said, I have this, when I read stuff up, people kind of summarize using life hacks, and that has a sense of memory and, also results sometimes in virality. So that's what I did. Yeah. So if you look at the penultimate chapter of the book, it's called The Honeycomb Hacks, which summarized the book in terms of hacks, as suggested by my daughter. So, let me just read out a few of those hacks and share with you some of the learnings thereof, right? So, the first one, which was actually the first hack of my book, goes as follows, right? Frameworks are like good red wine. They add zero practical value when bottled up in a cask or bottle, right? They flourish when you get them out, smell those grapes, and taste the pure magic on your expectant palate, right? So I think the key essence of this mantra was just do it, right? Dreams without deadlines are hallucinations, really. So if you are thinking of a startup idea and you're an entrepreneur, just do it. If you're an enterprise guy, thinking about experimenting with something, just do it, right? If you want to if you're thinking about and procrastinating about a change in your life, just get on and do it, right? Because there's no point leaving that beautiful wine, in the bottle and admiring its beauty. It's always good to get the ideas out and get them out in the real world. At least give it a trial. And then, as Dhoni says in one of the advertisements I often hear and enjoy, that if you succeed, you pat yourself in the back, in the back, and if you fail, you learn, right? So just do it was the first, kind of mantra and the hack. The second one, perhaps a bit more controversial. If it ain't broken yet, break it. Now, of course, you don't want to do that, for sensitive areas. But I think there is a point. I'm quite sure there's a point in this, right? Because sometimes what happens is same processes, same procedures just get done over and over again. Nobody questions the status quo till a disruptor comes and then does something completely different, right? So if it ain't broken, the general wisdom says don't touch it, let it be. But perhaps the disruptive mindset and the growth mindset would say, have a look, right? Break it is perhaps extreme, but at least have a look, right? I was just hearing this great podcast from A16Z, and there were three, folks there, and they were just sharing this viewpoint that in today's world with agentic AI, there's such a rapid pace of development, right? For example, Cursor, one of the AI companies, has done, I think, 100 million ARR with some 10-20 people in no time at all, right? Whereas the enterprise procurement world is still 18 months, 2 years cycle, right? So maybe some of these procedures and processes, right, even if they don't seem that they are broken, at least have a look, right? And if once you have a look, you will find some areas to change, right? So that was the second one, and maybe I can cover one more. Yeah. Sharp executives know when to rise beyond the limiting confines of their egos, right? I think that's what kind of is an important, it's an important mantra for me. It distinguishes leadership from just management, right? It's a true essence of leadership, right? Where, sometimes egos, I mean, we are all human, gets in your way, right? But rising above this limiting confines of your ego is so important, right? I remember I had taken somebody who had been groomed in finance, one of our very senior executives in a previous role, to the Silicon Valley, and I got him to interact with a very young CEO of Singularity University, right? And his first slide, so the youngster was presenting to him, said, age is a disease, we'll fix it, right? We don't have a problem of power we have a problem of distribution of power, right? So those, he was talking about abundance, which is what Singularity talks about, right? And I thought, this is it, right? And they had a bit of a scuffle during that discussion because these ideas were so far out that it was difficult to consume them, right? Let alone think about how they could be relevant to an enterprise. So I thought, that's it, I'm going to lose my job, right? But when I came out, I silently went to my big boss and said, that meeting didn't go too well. I was being a bit defensive, to be honest. And he just looked at me and said, I really enjoyed this, right? Whereas I thought he was having a bit of an ego tussle, but he had opened up his minds. He had risen beyond the confines of his ego and his learning and his history, and taken the higher path, right, of learning, right? So so these three mantras: just do it, examine everything, challenge the status quo, and at every point rise above the confines of your ego, which normally draws you into the history, right? Would be three of the many honeycomb hacks that I wanted to share with you. But thank you very much for listening to me. Have a great, enjoyable day ahead. Bye-bye.